So every now and then I get the notion that I want to see what's coming next in Inkstitch. So I install a development version. So I have installed the most recent pre-release development version as of February 11, 2024. There's a couple of things that I want to bring to your attention that is on the horizon for the next release of Inkstitch. And really good. I'm going to turn me off. There we go. So you can see the whole screen, just in case I accidentally hide something behind my beautiful face. So one of the first things that I wanted to really bring to your attention is the improvement in convert line to satin stitch. So we're going to draw a box, no fill, has stroke. Stroke is 4 mil if I'm not mistaken. 3 mil, close enough. And this has been improved immensely. So we're going to go to Inkstitch, Tool Satin, Convert Line to Satin. And you'll see that it is a much better conversion than what it has been. And I'll show you an example of what it has been here in just a minute. But I want you to make note that all 4 corners look identical. And other thing of note, it's got one path. It's not splitting it into 2 halves. And I'm going to show you this again in the form of the circle, because the circle, once upon a time, used to do the same exact thing. So we're going to do it again as a circle, and it would also cut the circle in half. And now the circle is one thing. So we're going to go to Tools, Satin, Convert Line to Satin. And you will notice that the circle is also only one path. It's not cutting it in half anymore. So kudos and awesome. The other thing of quick note is they have a new thing here on Visualize, under Visualize and Export, called Display Stacking Order. And if you click that and apply, it'll tell you which one's the first one, which one's the second one. And we can confirm that by that being the first one, that being the second one. So if you get a lot of layers going on it, that could be handy. And the third thing of big note, I'm going to hold off for just a second, because I want to show you these circles and squares compared to what we've been using. And in case you don't realize how much better this is just amazing. I love it. So I'm in a virtual machine now, and this is running current Inkscape, current release version of Inkstitch, version 3.0.1, the one we've been using for a little over a year now. I'm going to draw out a similar design, go to fill and stroke, make sure there's no fill, give it stroke color, give it a stroke style. I'm going to make that 3 just like we did on the other one. Make that 3. There we go. Just like we did on the other one. And then we'll go into Extensions, Inkstitch, Tool Satin, Convert Line to Satin. And I want you to note of real particular interest that the corners are not the same. This corner and this corner is not the same. This corner is not the same. And it will be separated into 2 segments. There's 2 paths. You have to highlight both paths in order to get the square. And then if you want the square to be one object, you have to actually go in there and edit it yourself by doing something like this. Grab that and join selected nodes. Do it again to that one. Join selected nodes. And then you have to do it again down in the other corner. Join selected nodes here. And do it again with this one. And then once you've done that, come on, zoom out for me. And then once you've done that, you've got both of those highlighted. You go path and is it union? Combine? Maybe it's combine. Yeah, that's combine. Okay. So now you can go, now you have one path and now you have one square. And now you can throw the params at the one item or the one object. And then after you do all that, you have to tell it to do it you have to tell it custom satin column again, because you've broken its automatic satin column. So now we have a single path, nice looking box. So there you go. And you know, the circle does the same thing. It becomes two separate halves. So much, absolutely so much better. Okay, so now I'm back in my testing environment, and I want to show you one other thing. And in my opinion, this is the big one. The big one. In my opinion. So I'm going to select one of these. I'm going to go to Extensions, Inkstitch, Params. Params looks a lot different now. I love it. So Linux is coming out with a new display manager called Wayland. And Wayland sets all new windows in the middle of your screen. So when I open up Params in Inkstitch, it's two separate windows. One for the design and one for the configuration. And that's why you see me trying to hurry and pull that configuration window off to the side before the preview window pops up in front of it. And if I don't make it, then I have to get it and then pull it over. Now, this is cake. You want icing on this cake? Here it is. There's a button right here, to where you can have it like it used to be. Now I have two separate windows, just like we always have had. If you prefer the two separate windows, say you're working on two separate monitors with the params on one and the preview on the other, you can still do that. Or in my case, I don't have to chase down the one window or the other window. It's just right there. It's just, that makes me so happy. It really does. I had to turn off my camera view so that you don't see my happy tear come to my eye. But yeah, this is outstanding. And I want to thank every single dev that's involved with Inkstitch. If nothing else for this, but everything. Yes, I want to thank you for everything. But this makes me really happy. And nice little configuration on here. You can change the speed. You've got display needle penetration point, which we had on the old one too, which we had on the old Visualize, but not on the params, I don't think. I'd have to load up that other one. I don't think we did. But you have show jump stitches, show trims, show stops, show color changes, and attach the simulator window, which I just showed you. So that's awesome. There is one other thing that caught my attention, and that is, okay, we'll get rid of this stacking order here. There's one other new thing that caught my attention. I have two separate paths. We're going to go to Inkstitch, Visualize, and Simulator Preview. If we preview this, we go all the way to the end. Hit play. I don't know where my jump is. Where's my jump? It's supposed to render jumps. Oh, I don't have a jump because they're the same color. All right, we're going to fix that. We're going to make these the same color. So select both of these. I'm going to select both of these and make these the same color. And it doesn't matter what the color is. We're going to make these the same color. So now when I go into Inkstitch and visualize simulate a realistic preview, they're both the same color, so in between the two, we're going to end up with a jump stitch. There's your jump stitch right there. Now I can select these two. I can go to extensions, Inkstitch, and right here, jump stitch to stroke. So now, instead of that jump stitch just hanging around, and I could set it to trim instead, or if I wanted it to be a running stitch, now my jump stitch is a running stitch, just that easy, and I could make it do different things. I could put it in a different path, whatever. So now I have a jump stitch in between those two objects. I have a running stitch in between instead of a jump stitch. So that's pretty cool. I can see that could come in handy on occasion. So those are the 3 or 4 things that really stood out and caught my attention, and I wanted to bring that to you as, hey, look what's coming. And when it does get released and everybody has it, we're all going to have a celebration, because it's nice, that display. And you know, one other thing, just real quick, whenever you didn't have a path selected and you selected params, at least on my machine, you selected params, it would say you need to select something for me to show params. And now it will just show params on the whole thing. So it's kind of like a visualize preview. It still doesn't render the jump because it's satin. It's satin params. But it doesn't throw the error of, hey, you need to select something. So now it will just pre-select it for you. It'll show the preview and the params window. Yeah, so a lot of good things coming, and there's a lot of things under the hood that they've done to make it just work better. For example, the convert line to satin stitches, but there's a lot of examples that they've been working on, and it's great. It's fabulous. It's wonderful. It is outstanding, and I'm happy. As with all things that are in development versions, these are subject to change. So that's all for this video. Really short, simple, and just like always, thanks for watching.